and welcome back to my channel. It is freezing today. It's really grey, non-stop raining, hence there is no sunlight shining in the kitchen. It's only 12 o'clock, but it feels really like 5 o'clock in the evening. Anyways, I need to make something that's going to warm me up and cheer me up in this awful weather. So I'm going to make one paratha recipe that has been requested by so many of you, and I thought I had shared it, but it was like a slightly different variation. But I'm just going to share the classic gobhi paratha, which is cauliflower paratha recipe, the way my mum makes it. And it is super simple. The best part about this paratha is you don't need any pre-prep, you don't need to boil anything, you don't need to pre-cook anything. All you need is a cauliflower and some flour, and you can make this paratha absolutely anytime, super quickly, instantly. So let's get cooking. But before that, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell button. Okay, so for the dough first, because while the dough is resting, we can make the filling, and that'll be all. So I'm using 350 grams of chapati flour, or atta as we call it. You can find it in any supermarkets, Asian supermarkets, actually even normal supermarkets store them. I'm then going to add half a teaspoon of ajwain or carom seeds, very aniseedy flavor, and a good pinch of salt. Give it a good mix, and I'm going to slowly add some water. And like all flatbreads ever made on the channel, it doesn't matter the quantity of the water. I always tell you the quantity of the water, but it doesn't really matter, because you just have to add little at a time and stop when you get a nice soft dough. Once you get a soft dough, I have added around 250 ml of water. Just tap water. I often get asked whether it was warm water, cold water. Just tap water. Then knead it for a few seconds. You really don't need like too much kneading, which is why you don't need a big mixer for this. You don't need special equipment. That is the beauty of flatbreads. That's the beauty of parathas and rotis. They are instant. They are quick to make. Only thing, if possible, actually it's quite important, is give it a few minutes to rest the dough, which makes a lot of difference. You can try it for yourself. If you make a chapati or a paratha straight away from this, absolutely no problem, it will be delicious. It just breaks up a little, not breaks up, it just has got a bit of rough edges. Whereas if you let it rest, it just smooths out the edges, and it's nicer. So that's it. So there is the dough that is ready. And because I'm making paratha and not roti, I'm just going to take like a teaspoon of oil. I'm just using olive oil right now, this minute, and just rub it on top, cover, and then let this rest for 10 minutes. In that time, we're going to prepare the filling. So simple. Look at that. Look at the size of that. Almost the size of my head. And this is locally grown. In fact, I just drove past the cauliflower fields this morning. Obviously, I didn't just go in there and pick up one for myself, but this is from my local vegetable shop. They are in season right now, and that is massive. I don't need so much. I literally just need, I'm making for 4 people, so I'm just going to use half of it right now. I'm just trying to get to the florets, and if I can just get one out, then it becomes easy for all of them to come out. So yeah, I am just going to use half of the cauliflower. I'm going to keep all of this, and I can roast all of this for a nice roasted cauliflower, which actually the recipe is on the channel. And if you haven't tried that, please do try that recipe. Right, if I leave that aside and I get this cauliflower here, what I need is a nice big grater. So I'm not going to use the fine side, I'm just going to use the bigger side and just grate it. You can finely chop it, but I just find grating so much easier. That's what mum does too. So that is half the cauliflower grated, not too finely. You can grate finely as well. I haven't got that much patience. Next, I need these 3 things. So a nice generous piece of ginger, 1 or 2 green chilies, and a little bit of fresh coriander. So I'm just going to peel and chop all of this. So that has got green chili, coriander and ginger all ready to go into the cauliflower. Now the spices. So I'm going to add half a teaspoon of carom seeds that I added in the dough as well. Then I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of homemade garam masala. Let's start with half a teaspoon of salt. Just a pinch more. And also half a teaspoon of chili powder because I've already added green chili as well. And then we just mix it up. It smells really, really good. Now I'm just gonna tidy this space up and start rolling. With the gobi parathas, I just want to warn you guys about one thing. So basically with gobi parathas, and this is something that I get asked a lot, is how do I prevent my parathas from bursting and the stuffing coming out? And I've said this in the previous videos that it does not matter if the parathas burst, because I actually personally, when they burst and they become crispy, whether it's potatoes, whether it's cheese, whether it's paneer or whatever, the filling, when it comes out, it cooks on the pan, it actually tastes even better. But I just want to warn you, with the cauliflower, it does tend to split because the cauliflower has got that moisture in it, so it makes it wet, it makes it split. But it doesn't not matter because it will taste amazing. Right, moved everything here and start rolling. So I've got some flour in here. This is kind of my paratha setup or roti setup, where I've got the chakla, the belan and the flour, and that's the dough that has rested. You can see it's only been 10 minutes and it's just kind of relaxed and smoother. So I'm going to make, you want like a lemon size, no actually lime size portion, and then I'm going to roll this out. Once you get to a small palm size circle, that's when we bring the filling. Now some people add less filling for the fear of bursting, but I really want my parathas kind of properly stuffed with the deliciousness, so I just go for it. So you pinch, and one way to stop it from bursting is to actually press it in a little bit already before you start rolling. If you start rolling straight away, it will burst immediately, whereas if you do this, then it bursts less. Depending on the filling, sometimes it does not burst at all. So once you've pressed, more flour, and then you roll. There it is, and tawa is ready. And in the time, I'm just going to quickly roll one more. And this one here is ready to be flipped. And then you can use oil or ghee. I'm using some oil today to cook this up. Right, guys. Oh, God, look at that. Seriously, I just showed you it's raining outside. It is so cool, and this is like the perfect comfort food for this weather. And all that's left to do is eat it. You could just have it as it is. You can have it with some yogurt, which has got a bit of salt, chili powder, and cumin powder. Or you could have it with some mango pickle or a coriander and mint chutney. To be honest, I'm not going to be waiting for any of that. I'm just going straight in. I am going to make a cup of chai. You can make that too. You can check out the recipe on the channel. Just great. It's a non-stop chai in this weather. Wow, guys, that is insane. That's just like how my mom makes it. Absolutely delicious. Really hope you're going to enjoy this. Give it a go and let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe and share with your friends. Thank you for watching. Bye for now. Oh, guys, it's so good. I forgot how much I love gobhi paratha. And that, my friends, is heaven on a plate.